Hello and good evening again.
I told him to not try and give a joke.
Okay, so we're going to start this evening's entertainment now. We've got some amazing ace to come up and show you actually what we can actually do with stories, with Stay and Pays, and with M&M. How we can actually teach people how we can transform their lives. Does that sound like a great thing to do, yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
And I'm sure you've seen today the power of the story. The story is such an amazing thing to be able to get people to transform. If you're still stood at the bar, please come and join us. Find yourself a seat. Yes, that means you. Excellent. Later on, I might actually need to get you guys to see Dr. Alka if we can't work out where our posteriors are.
Some of them are missing.
Okay. So we'll be working on the power of the story today. Stories are amazingly transformational.
It doesn't work.
And I'm sure you guys are finding that these 4 days are transformational as well. Taking your idea of presenting, idea of business, and actually transform it into something amazing. And transformative stories do certain things. They do things that not only give us information to be able to transform people's lives, but they're able to tap into those ideas that we have inside ourselves. Those ideas that other people have as well. And the first of our ACE mentoring team I'm going to bring up today is an amazing transformational speaker. I've had the privilege of knowing her for over 8 years. We actually went to ACE mentoring school together and graduated at the same time, which was rather nice. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce Michelle Watson to the stage.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah! Give it up for Michelle Watson. I'll do it one more time. Give it up for Michelle Watson. What an amazing lady. Wow. Was that a movie story, yes or no?
Yes.
And would you agree that positions her in her market as an amazing author? Yes or no? In fact, give me an oi oi. Fantastic. And yeah, it's been a privilege knowing Michelle for these number of years. One of the things you might not know is, along being an award-winning speaker, and I was able to actually contribute part of one of her books. Yeah, so in The Authority, I did a bonus chapter for her, and it was an absolute privilege to be able to do that. But that's the power of what we've got inside the Academy, and when you start to... Please give it up for Dr. Alka! Wow, what an absolute amazing story. Would you agree, yes or no? Yeah. Absolutely. So yes, give her a bigger round of applause. So not only has she got me wired and less tired these days, so thank you very much, but she came into my life only a year or two back, which has been an absolute godsend, so thank you very much. And she's been a big inspiration to me. So a few of you might have heard this already. I do apologise if you have. But literally, beginning of the year, my wife's a bit of an avid runner. She likes doing a bit of running, but she's never done a 10k race. And she decided, okay, well, I want to do a 10k race. She decided this 10 years ago. And every year we have the same conversation. Oh, maybe I should do a 10k race. Yes, go ahead, go do it. You'll enjoy it. Oh, I don't know. Maybe this is not my year. But look, the York 10k is on my birthday. Oh, it's a divine sign, go do it. Oh, I don't know. I'll tell you what, I'll run it with you. We'll train together, we'll do it as an experience. It'll be a bit like, we're having it for an extended birthday for you. How's that sound? So she said yes. We both raced to see who could be the first to apply for the 10k race. I won. I think she might have let me. And yeah, we both got in. It was great. And then I kind of remembered, I'm not a runner. Yeah? And up until like 2019, I was actually quite a large chap. And for me, running when I was in secondary school, it was kind of like the thing where you were given it as a punishment. Anybody else have that kind of thing? Don't answer. You don't need to do that. It's a negative. But Sean, thank you very much for putting your hand up there. Not only that, but I'm also an asthmatic, which means I have actually been hospitalised several times for not breathing. I don't know about you guys, but I quite enjoy breathing. I find it's quite a good thing for life. But I'm supporting my wife. My wife is so much more important to me than many other things. Do you guys have a significant other in your life that you would do anything for, yes or no? Fantastic. That's great to hear. It's always nice to have supporters in your life. They are a crucial aspect. So we did. We came back from Snow Sculpt in Japan at the end of February, where we do competitions and things around the world, and set off to start running. Now, I would love to tell you that it all went very well. However, I think that first K almost killed me. And then my accountant came up with a great idea. He says, you should join a park run. They're really good fun. You've got lots of people there. It's really supportive. So I did. I went to my local park run in York and ran and walked for 5K. It took me 35 minutes to be able to drive the car, and my entire afternoon was wiped out. And I was thinking, what the hell have I let myself in for? But you know what? When you've got a real reason in life to make a change, do you find you actually make it happen, yes or no?
Definitely.
Yeah, and then that was my wife. I mean, I was supporting my wife. She's an amazing lady. She supported me in all the crazy things I do, so this was probably the least I could do. So we kept going at it, It took about 4 months, and I actually started to enjoy it. It was around about this time that there was another kind of event happening. It was, what was that thing you did, Alka, again? What was it? Marathon, the London Marathon. So yeah, I mean, Alka was an inspiration. She was running the London Marathon. Chris, who you guys know, he ran the London Marathon as well, even though he has had a heart attack before in the past. He did it for British Heart Foundation. And Moses, who's one of our other ambassadors, who's not here today, but his partner ran it, Todka, and they all thoroughly enjoyed it. So Moses says, you're a runner now. Let's put our vote in for the London Marathon. So we did. Am I crazy or what? We didn't get in. So I went through the ballot, did not get in. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, actually. It was like relief. But one of the other mentors we have is an ultramarathon runner. He's done about 60 ultramarathons, everything from like 50 miles up to 300 miles. He's currently trying to get back into the Spartan race next year. He's a Texan as well. He's done a few marathons in his life. So he said, well, why don't you come do the Milton Keynes Marathon with me? He says it's a real nice, low-key event, quite small, etc. You'll enjoy it. It'll be good fun. Plus, it's my birthday. I'm a sucker for birthdays, aren't I? So I said yes, apply for the marathon, got in, and that's on the 5th of May next year. So 5th of May next year was going to be my first marathon. What do you think of that? Good or what? Woohoo! I only started running in February, guys. This is an amazing achievement. That's like 14 months in total. And then shortly after that, me and Sarah did the 10K. I did it in 56 minutes. My wife Sarah did it in an hour and 15. So we're really happy with that. Managed to be successful. And that was with the Jane Tomlinson Run for Life people. And they then sent me an email saying, would you like to run in the Leeds Marathon? And I thought, well, Leeds is my hometown. I've never run there. Why not? Should give it a go. So I applied, got in. Maybe I should have looked at what the date was beforehand, because that's the 11th of May next year.
Woohoo!
So that means I've got within 6 days to do 2 marathons. So I rang Gabe. Gabe says, yeah, you'll be fine, don't worry about it. And a week went past, and very similar to Alka, I got one of those nice emails coming from Teenage Cancer Trust, because we have had a number of bouts of cancer in my family. My father suffered with thyroid cancer, had to have thyroid out. We lost his twin brother, my uncle, to pancreatic cancer. We also lost my cousin's daughter at the age of 19 when she was diagnosed at the age of 14 with Hodgkin's lymphoma. So Teenage Cancer Trust were amazing in our family, supporting her. She had a remission for a period of time before they did pass. But they asked me, would you like to run on our behalf on the London Marathon? I could only say yes, couldn't I? And that's on the 27th of April. So next year I now have 3 marathons to do in 13 days. And so far, I've never run a marathon. But with the support of this amazing community. Go on, Uber's, I might need Uber's number, yes. But actually, I've got Dr. Alka. So, beyond a measure of a doubt, she's going to get me through there. She's already told me she's going to be on the Lucasade stand at mile 18 or something, handing something out. Gabe's on another one too. Now, I've got support all the way through. This is going to be great. But this is what I mean. You need the support of a great community around you that really kind of makes you move mountains. And the next ACE mentor I'm going to bring up has been a massive support in my speaking journey as well. She was already an ACE mentor when I first started back in 2016. She's been a massive, massive influence in the development of my UBS, of my story, well, several UBSs and several stories actually. I also got the privilege of sharing the stage with her a few times. We did a TEDx together, which was absolutely fantastic. Yeah. It was a TEDx women's event, and I was the only male speaker. Don't ask me how I got to that feeling. But it is my absolute privilege to be able to welcome to the stage the amazing Ruth Driscoll. Give it up for Ruth! Go on, one more time. Ruth! You know what? I've been listening to that story for 8 years, and I laugh and cry every single time. It just gets me. And the thing is, you know, and Andy's probably said this already, when people are laughing, they're learning, right? Yes or no? And when they're learning, you're leading. When they're learning, you're leading. That makes a massive, massive difference in people's lives. So we started talking about transformations, how people can have big transformations. And what you've seen Ruth there do isn't a story, even though it's given a story style, she's actually giving you an example of a motivational message multiplier. How you can teach and transform at the same time. Do you guys feel like you've been taught and transformed, yes or no? Are you guys ready to step out of your uncomfortable zone, your waiting room, and into your new life? Yes or no? Into your living room? Exactly. And this brings me nicely, actually, onto our next speaker. Somebody who, again, we're at the same ACE mentoring school as Michelle at the same year. We all graduated at the same time. He joined the academy at the same time as I did, which was a fantastic opportunity, and I've learned a lot about this gentleman through the last 8 years as well. Even things like during COVID, when we're all locked in, etc., we still maintain phone calls together with other members of the academy just to make sure we're all okay. Because, you know, some of us do live on our own, we don't all live with our families. And those of us who do live with our families sometimes might wish for a little bit of space in our own. And this gentleman's done his own sets of transformations, and I'm looking forward to bringing him to the stage so he can tell you a lot more about those. Those transformations are going to impress you, they're going to marvel you, they're going to take you back through a journey that has lasted decades. So not quite as long as Ruth's story with the Brontosaurus handbag. He doesn't actually own one of those, but I'm pretty sure he's probably got Brontosaurus leather coats somewhere in his back of his wardrobe.